So before I really get into the subject of this video, I would just like to say thank you to a fellow YouTuber, Let Him Come In It, for help with my new intro. If you watch my channel regularly, you'll know that the intro has been livened up a little, and it is thanks to him. He's got some great content on retro video games on his channel, so be sure to check it out with the link down below in the description. So onto the topic. If you've been paying attention to the news as of late, you would know that it is rumored that the official unveiling of Xbox Project Scorpio is supposedly due to occur sometime this week. Gamers everywhere are excited to finally know the actual capabilities of Project Scorpio, which has been largely kept under wraps since the upcoming hardware was first announced to the public. Ever since then, all we've had is a couple of different parties throughout the industry, such as developers and retailers, as well as Microsoft representatives who have had early access to the developing console, state that it blows the PS4 out of the park in terms of raw power and capabilities. Whether or not this is indeed true does remain to be seen, but it does seem as if Xbox Project Scorpio will definitely have the edge over the PS4 Pro in terms of specs. But this is not what I want to focus on today. Rather, what has really been on my mind as of late when it comes to thinking of these mid-generation console upgrades is how they will affect the development and release of new upcoming titles on the base versions of each console, as well as whether they will actually sell very well. The PS4 Pro and Xbox Project Scorpio are mid-generation console upgrades, something we've never really seen before. This means that the base versions of the PS4 and Xbox One now have improved models that are able to perform better and have greater capabilities, which one would think opens up more opportunities for developers to be more innovative in upcoming titles. Sony and Microsoft, however, have assured consumers that there won't be any titles that are PS4 Pro or Xbox Project Scorpio exclusive, and that all upcoming games will work on both the base version of the console and the upgrade. Understandably, current PS4 and Xbox One owners would be very annoyed if new titles were unable to work on their consoles. Remember that the PS4 Pro and Xbox Project Scorpio aren't being touted as next generation consoles, but rather as mere upgrades of their base versions that current users should be able to live without if they don't want them. The decision to make sure that new titles work on all versions of the console, however, is very limiting, especially when taking into account that Xbox Project Scorpio is rumored to be 4 times more powerful than the original Xbox One, and this is something that has been acknowledged by some developers. This quite simply means that it is capable of doing so much more than the base Xbox One, but because all games have to come out for both consoles, it does seem that no game will ever truly be able to make full use of its capabilities due to the limitations of the base Xbox One. Yes, developers will try to ensure that the PS4 Pro and Xbox Project Scorpio versions of new titles look better than the original, but how much better really? Will it really take full advantage of the enhanced capabilities of these systems? I don't really think so, due to the fact that it would mean expending more time, effort and money to do so, and with seemingly very little reward. Sure, Sony and Microsoft could start releasing exclusives for the upgraded versions of their consoles, but that would alienate the rest of their consumer base, and quite simply, there will be more base versions of the PS4 and Xbox One out there for some time before these upgraded versions are really able to gain some traction. Not only do I think that the decision to release an exclusive so early within the console's life cycle would upset early adopters of the PS4 and Xbox One, but it would most likely also mean a loss on that specific exclusive title too. A testament to this idea is the fact that in the first 2 months of the PS4 Pro's life cycle, only an estimated 264,000 units were sold, and there are over 53 million PS4s overall that have been sold. When looking at these stats, it would quite simply be ridiculous to make an exclusive for the PS4 Pro at this point, as only a few thousand gamers would actually buy it. Microsoft's Xbox Project Scorpio hasn't been released yet, so no verified statements can be made as of yet. Perhaps with the correct marketing, the console will sell better than the PS4 Pro, but I do think that it will also be quite a while before the install base is significant enough to allow an exclusive for the console to be released. Then also the idea that Project Scorpio is supposedly so much more powerful than the PS4 Pro also has to be acknowledged. It is a fact that the PS4 is outselling the Xbox One 2-to-1. At this present time, the install base on the PS4 is so much higher than that of the Xbox One, so games quite simply do need to be made compatible compatible with the most popular console at the moment to sell well. In my last video, I spoke about how Rise of the Tomb Raider did not meet Square Enix's expectations due to the fact that it was released as a timed exclusive for the Xbox One. And this is doomed to happen to many games if they are not made compatible to all available consoles. If all of this is taken into account, is there really any reason to purchase a PS4 Pro or Xbox Project Scorpio? Personally, I do own a PS4 Pro, and the only reason that I decided to purchase the console was that my PS4 was struck by lightning in December. I then chose the PS4 Pro over the PS4 Slim due to the fact that I do have a television that would be able to make the most out of it. Quite simply, had my original PS4 not broken, I would not have bought a PS4 Pro, as it would have been a needless action. I also own an Xbox One, and while Project Scorpio does interest me greatly, as any new piece of hardware does, I don't think I'll be investing in it, especially if it is only a mid-generation upgrade, and next-generation consoles will supposedly soon be on the horizon if console life cycles are taken into account. But that's just me. What do you think? Do you think that it's worth upgrading to the PS4 Pro and Xbox Project Scorpio? Do you think that these consoles will sell well? Please share in the comments down below. I've also done something new with my thumbnail, so any feedback on that will also be much appreciated. Do remember that if you like this video to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.